Every Ramadan, most Muslims fail to make the most of this blessed month because they do not properly prepare their bodies and routines beforehand. From sluggishness during fasting to poor energy for ibadah at night. These issues all have one root cause, which is poor dietary habits and poor lifestyle choices before Ramadan. But this year can be different. By taking action now, you can prepare to have the best Ramadan that you've ever had in your life. So it's time to start optimizing your health, your energy, and your focus for your ibadah, for your fasting, and more. Let's dive into 5 essential tips that you need to fix your health and your routines prior to Ramadan so you can have the best Ramadan that you've ever had, inshallah. Number 1, break the addiction to sugary and heavy foods. I know that it's hard to say no, but you don't want to be like most people who are addicted to these foods only for them to completely be sapped of energy when it comes time to work during the day and do our ibadah at night. And the good news is it's actually very easy to replace these things before Ramadan begins by using foods from the Quran and Sunnah that satisfy these cravings in a healthy way that actually boosts your health and energy instead of damaging it. So first off, I want you to start incorporating dates and raw, unfiltered organic honey into your diet. When it comes to dates, research shows that they are rich in fiber, and even though they contain sugar, they don't spike your blood sugar the way that sugary cereals and desserts do, which means that you're not going to get that spike and crash in energy and that massive hunger that comes when your blood sugar crashes. Honey is amazing because it supports digestion. It has tons of benefits on your immunity, inflammation. Literally almost every system and organ in your body benefits from honey, which subhanAllah is mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah, a true Sunnah superfood. I'm also going to incorporate another natural food that Allah has created and made available for us worldwide, which is sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are amazing because they give you long, consistent energy, they don't cause bloating, and they help to prevent sugar cravings. In addition to this, they have tons of fiber and electrolytes, which is really helpful for keeping your digestion and hydration on point during Ramadan, which are 2 things where people tend to get constipated in Ramadan. Nope, you're not going to have this problem anymore because between these 3 foods, the fiber and the electrolytes and everything else that you're going to get from the dates and sweet potatoes are going to make a huge difference, and the gut health benefits from the honey are going to completely change the game for you. And this leads into tip number 2, which is to optimize your hydration with electrolytes. I know that we all suffer from dehydration in Ramadan, and there are some very simple solutions you can implement today to solve this. Number 1, add a small squeeze of lemon or lime to your water, which increases the hydration, vitamin C, and even gives you some potassium. Number 2, you can add some Himalayan pink salt or an electrolyte supplement containing sodium, potassium, magnesium, and even some calcium into your water, which is going to help to enhance the hydration as well, particularly at suhoor and iftar time. And I want you to practice this on your Sunnah fast before Ramadan, and you're going to notice that you have your best suhoors, your best energy during the day, and your best energy and no bloating at night after you have a nice hydrating, healthy iftar following this and the other tips in this video. On top of this, you can incorporate hydrating foods, including 2 more Sunnah superfoods. We got melons, batik, and cucumbers, which are both water-rich foods. They're going to enhance your hydration while following the Sunnah of the foods that the Prophet ﷺ used to love to eat that are amazing health foods to add to our journey today. And now this brings us into tip number 3, which is to build a balanced suhoor. One of the biggest mistakes people make is they eat really unhealthy foods for suhoor that don't leave them feeling energized and satiated during the day, but instead cause them to become tired and hungry. Your suhoor should sustain you and enhance your focus instead of taking it away. So here's what I want you to start eating for suhoor. Number 1, you want protein-rich foods like Greek yogurt, eggs, and lean meats that keep you full for longer and give your body the necessary protein it needs to run on fat for energy during the day instead of breaking down your body's own proteins, aka your muscle tissue. If you've ever lost muscle and strength during Ramadan, this is going to help you to prevent muscle loss, which means that you're going to be a lot stronger, especially in the last 10 nights. And of course, after Ramadan, you're not going to be off track with your fitness goals. Number 2, you can incorporate some high fiber, low glycemic index carbohydrates like sweet potato and even oatmeal into your diet at suhoor. For me personally, oatmeal causes quite a bit of bloating, but sweet potato works really, really well. And even regular potato can work well as a carb source at suhoor, but I usually like to keep the carbs a bit lower at suhoor. And really the only 2 carb sources that I'll get at suhoor time are going to be watermelon and dates because they have a lot of hydration, and also most importantly because dates are sunnah to have at suhoor time. But one of my favorite things that I've always added at suhoor, even when I've been on a low fat diet, is healthy fats. So avocado is an amazing healthy fat, but the amazing thing is that when you eat eggs, specifically pasture-raised eggs, which we talked about in the protein section of your suhoor, you actually get amazing healthy fats, omega-3s, tons of micronutrients, choline. I mean, eggs are a genuine superfood, and a lot of people don't realize it. But don't get those cheap, low quality eggs with the pill yolks. Get a nice, high quality, more expensive egg like pasture raised or heirloom eggs, which have a lot more choline, micronutrients. They have those nice, dark, healthy looking yolks. Now, another big mistake people make at suhoor is that they have way too much water and they end up going pee just 10 million times after suhoor time during fajr, which is going to interrupt your ibadah and also make you more dehydrated, even though you're intending on hydrating. So I usually only have 1 glass, maybe 2 glasses of water at suhoor time because I don't want to cause my body to think that there's an overabundance of water and start peeing out all this electrolytes. No, you just want a little bit of water. Again, add the lemon or the pinch of salt or the electrolyte supplement, and it's going to help you to have much better hydration and not waste away all your electrolytes early in the day. If you struggle to eat enough protein at suhoor and you don't really have an appetite, you can also get a nice high quality whey protein supplement, which is going to help you to get it in. And of course, if you're allergic to whey, you can do a plant-based protein, but protein powder is a great way to at least boost up your protein if you struggle to eat at suhoor. Just make sure that you don't overdo the water because protein shake has water in it as well. So now let's go into tip number 4, which is to practice fasting before Ramadan. If you're not already fasting on Mondays and Thursdays, then you need to start right now, or at least try intermittent fasting before Ramadan, because otherwise you're going to miss out on an opportunity to test all these protocols I'm telling you, to work out the kinks and figure out the ideal balance for you, because everybody's just a little bit different. So you have to test these things that I'm teaching you in this video and my other Ramadan videos to see which ones work best for you and which ones don't work as well for you. Just remember one nuance, which is that if you're not used to fasting, the Prophet ﷺ recommended not to fast after the 15th of Sha'ban. But if you're watching this before the 15th of Sha'ban, then start doing those Sunnah fasts now to start practicing and preparing your body. In addition to this is going to regulate your blood sugar levels and improve your insulin sensitivity while also strengthening your mental discipline. If fasting on Mondays and Thursdays is too hard for you, at least fast on Mondays or Thursdays. Choose one day a week to fast, just 3 days out of the month, which is another hadith, but don't neglect this, and make sure that along with this, you detox from junk food. Use your fasting days to reset your eating habits so that you can knock both these out with one stone. Avoid junk food and focus on nutrient-dense meals when breaking your fast, and use the iftar strategy in my iftar video on the order that you need to eat the foods when you break your fast at iftar time to ensure that you don't overeat and that you're giving your body the nutrients it needs to absorb them most optimally without crashing your energy or causing a food coma for ibadah. And the beautiful thing is that when you do it this way, you're going to build this positive habit before Ramadan so that you don't end up being in these bad eating habits during Ramadan when you have all the social pressure. No, you build the positive habits now so it's easy to stick to them in Ramadan. And make sure you see my iftar video where I go really deep into this strategy. And number 5, speaking of iftar, I want to give you a couple Sunnah superfoods that you can eat really throughout your suhoor and iftar, and even later into the night if you tend to get cravings but you don't want to eat something unhealthy because you're trying to be healthy this Ramadan, so that you can ultimately leverage their health benefits both before, during, and after Ramadan. So we have a couple foods on the list here for you. Obviously we mentioned dates already, but another one that you can add is black seeds. So black seeds or black seed oil are amazing and they have a ton of benefits. The Prophet ﷺ said, in the black seed is a healing for every disease except for death. And black seeds also improve your metabolism, immunity, and digestion. We also mentioned honey, which has lots of antioxidants and digestion benefits. You can even mix it together with black seeds to get double the benefits. But another one a lot of people might have heard of before but forgotten about is olive oil, which the Prophet ﷺ mentioned as being a good condiment for your food and even being something that you can anoint your body with. And I've personally found that it's an amazing moisturizer for the beard, the hair, and the skin. So you can use olive oil as a salad dressing or to drizzle over your meals, which helps to lower inflammation, but you need to be careful with the quantity because 1 tablespoon has 135 calories, which is a lot. So don't put more than 1 tablespoon on your food if you're somebody who needs to lose weight. Otherwise, it's going to be too many calories and you might end up gaining weight or stopping yourself from losing weight. But if you're somebody who needs to gain weight, you can definitely put more olive oil than that because those calories are going to help you to gain weight. And lastly, don't forget pomegranates and grapes, which are also foods from the Quran and Sunnah that have lots of antioxidants while supporting your hydration, blood flow, and muscular recovery. Integrating these foods before Ramadan will make your fast that much better and help you to have your best Ramadan ever. Now, make sure to check out my other Ramadan videos. We have a whole playlist, and make sure to check out my other Sunnah Superfoods videos so that you can learn everything you need to know about diet and Ramadan prep and have your best Ramadan ever and maintain health year-round, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.